One of the ways the enemy tries to stifle the move of God in a place is by the same principle that Pharaoh applied to the children of Israel. They went to him. Moses turned up and said, let my people go. Pharaoh turned up and said, oh, it's because you people are not busy enough. That's why you are crying to me that I should let you go. So he said, don't give them straw anymore. Before the Egyptians would look for straw, the Israelites would make the brick. So he said, don't, the Egyptians don't look for straw anymore. Let these Jews, let them look for both the straw and let the number of bricks they make in a day not diminish. One of the consequences of, for example, there are so many factors, but one of them is the Industrial Revolution. And one of the consequences was that it came to a point where one income was no longer enough to run the home. One of the things that did was that it forced, in situations where maybe mostly the women stayed at home, the man would go to the mill, work, the woman would stay at home, raise the kids and all that. It forced a situation where both the man and the woman, they have to work to make ends meet. For example, you preach to people and say, fornication is not good, adultery is not good. But practically speaking today, you need two incomes to be able to afford the house. You cannot, it's difficult to live in a place like London, for example, on one salary. You can, but your margins would be, your car must not break down because it means you don't have money to fix it. Something must not happen. You'll be living from paycheck to paycheck, and it did not used to be like that. But it's the same Egyptian principle that, it's because you have free time. That's why you can clamor for freedom. If I make you so busy that your life is difficult. So they say, if you work during the week, you get your normal pay. If you do weekend, we'll give you 1.5. And somebody was telling me of one of their choir leader. They had not seen choir leader in church for weeks. And she would basically say, I'm on shift, I'm on shift. When somebody says they're on shift, you cannot say, why would you be on shift? That's the timetable, until it turned out that the Sunday shifts were extra shifts, not a regular job. But the money was attractive enough to keep her out of the house of God for weeks and weeks and weeks. This is one of the reasons why we cry to God for financial freedom. That it's not just because of the money. It is one of the ways to redeem time. It is that you are not dictated to by the economy. You are not dragged out of your bed by 6 o'clock in the morning because your boss will get angry if you are 5 minutes late. You can wake up when you need to. You can go to bed when you need to. And you can do the things of God when you need to. Can you then raise your voice and say, Lord, can you make me free indeed? There is a freedom where you are no longer worried about food. There is a freedom where you are no longer worried about money for clothes. But there is a freedom indeed. And that is the redemption of your time.